Except for the journey, yes. Yes. Wait, do I have my gear equipped? I hope I have my gear equipped. Yes, my gear is equipped. Okay, good. Everything's equipped. Should be good. Tenacity, PT, yes. Okay, all of it is equipped. Now that you're here, perhaps Sid will finally deign to dispatch his findings. There, inform him of Pat's arrival. Thanks for coming. Yes. So what have you discovered? Chickens? No? In truth, you were lucky to obtain information at all, considering the length of which the Imperials went into covering their tracks. You see, the hangar below was not just used to store weapons, it played a critical role in their creation. We now know the code names given to 3 of the weapons: Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Obviously, we are familiar with the first 2, but the third is something of an unknown quantity. Their release has confirmed the existence of another of those abominations. What are we waiting for? Let's go after it. The problem lies in ascertaining its whereabouts. None of the locals have seen anything resembling a weapon being transported, either by land or air. Or leaves only one option to see, according to what fragmented data. They're able to recover the emerald weapon is equipped with aquatic capabilities, much like Sapphire. Would have gone undetected and could potentially be anywhere by now. But if Alphonse plans to have it absorb more primals, the logical choice would be Oriosa. Traveling the sea would allow him to circumvent the front line and Gimlet. The Alliance must be alerted at once. Hold your chocobo, Sura. It seems that the emerald weapon was still incomplete when the 7th Legion moved to Wintercliff. So I'm jumping before that happens, alright. These wounds healed more quickly, I could have gone with you. Pierre would always slow you down. Provide what support I can from afar. Alright. I'm ready. Gastrum Marinium. Wait, isn't this the Waking Sands? Oh yeah, that is the Waking Sands. Oh yeah. I forget, Vesper Bay is actually the Waking Sands, right? Yeah, I always forget that the Waking Sands is actually Vesper Bay. This is the emerald weapon. Expecting you, hero of Eorza. How are you? Eating the tacos, okay. move. What the heck? What? Okay, I did not know what that was. Holy crap. How are you supposed to dodge that shit? I know this potion, so I know where to stand with that. I don't know how to dodge this one. How do you dodge this one? How are you supposed to dodge the... What's the trick for dodging those exploding mines? Like, how do you know where they're gonna teleport? It doesn't seem to show you. There must be a way to tell. There must be a tell somewhere for those exploding mines. Oh, what the heck is this? fuck is this? Got it. His second phase was easier to dodge than the first. The first phase, I didn't know how to freaking dodge those mines. And so it ends. Why would Rex throw away his life like this? You're right, if I am ever to learn the truth, I must concentrate on the task at hand. Of course, we do not need to wait for Sid's analysis to tell whose combat data was used on this occasion. It galls me to think that my techniques and strategies could be so closely replicated. Nevertheless, the observation I made during the combat battle may yet to prove useful. That was not the only information I was able to gather. I intercepted a signal that revealed the troops stationed there, preparing their method to withdraw. Seemingly in return to her assisting with the 7th Legion, you must have known of the Alliance would follow the Emerald Weapon here. Made good on their escape. Meaning the way is now clear for Sid to inspect the Warmachina as remain. We got here as soon as we could. Not that we could have done anything to prevent this strategy. Well, you know, it seems the Emerald Weapon was a great deal more powerful than the previous two. This is allowed to continue. Who knows what sort of monstrosity the 7th Legion will conceive next. Nevertheless, has once again proven capable of overcoming the worst the Empire has at its disposal. We were relieved to hear that a Castrum accident was free of anything resembling a weapon. Fortunately, it was also devoid of any useful leads, and we came away empty-handed. In all honesty, part of me wishes we had never found the Emerald Weapon. Perhaps then Rex would not have been forced to make it the ultimate sacrifice. I only hope that he is finally at peace. We will do what we can to spare others from sharing his fate. I and the Iron Horse will search this place from top to bottom for clues of the 7th Legion's plan. For that, allow me to sweep the area for traps and the like. I would not put this past the Imperials to have left a few surprises for us. Agreed, I'll go with you. With that in mind, I'll begin my examination of the Emerald Weapon, carefully that is. You knew all this time, didn't you? Only on Recon 2, everyone except me. And you, Rex? Yes, that's what the synthetic oversight system is. The fusion between pilot and core, the key to Oversoul. But unless we use it, we don't have a chance of beating Faller's newfound friends. Stand between us and the primals, without which weapons will never reach their full potential. We thought that if you knew the truth about Oversoul, you'd try to stop us. Of course I would, but what I don't understand is why all of you are so willing to give your lives for the weapon project. What is all this for? It all began the day Father left. Without his guidance, this is protection, the Garlands lost any respects they once had for us. Their cruelty pales in comparison to Valen's. To him, conscripts like us are expendable commodities, and then the surprise of test subjects for his twisted experiment. No matter what they do to us, we will never lose hope. If it is the duty of the strong to lead the weak, we will become strong and protect those who cannot protect themselves. Our weapon project will give us strength we need. We will create a world where people like us can live without fear of persecution. I want you to see this new world for yourself, Allie, even if we must give our lives to make it a reality. Why me? The years spent serving the Empire have changed us all, except you, Allie. Even after everything you've seen, you're still caring and grew up with. More than any of us, you deserve a chance at happiness. That's what we all agreed. Now listen to me, right now the soldiers assigned to watch over us have been called away to the capital. Now's our chance to get out of here. Why don't you come with me? If Alphonse and I were to run away now, they'd only force others to take our place. We can't let that happen. This is our way of upholding the ideas Father instilled in us. Lives are a small price to pay for worldless freedom. How can you expect me to leave you behind? I won't do it. We will forever be at your side, Allie. Rex, take her to the holding cells. No, let me go. No, wait. It was not Rex in there? Wait, I'm confused. Who was there in there? Who was in the... Was it Alphonse or Rex? Oh, it was Rex, right? So the plan is to hand over the Cactuar to Father, is that right? Yes. They'll take Allie into their custody before Garland's return. While you will be free to pilot the Emerald weapon without her interfering, we can't let her hinder the completion of the weapon project. I'm counting on you, Alphonse. Don't let our sacrifices be in vain. So have you forgotten what I told you? You mustn't use Oversoul. I can't lose to you, too. I can't lose you, too. We both know I can't win without it. Besides, we need the combat data of the Emerald weapon fighting at its peak for it to have any chance of perfecting the synthetic oversight system. You know I'm not the sort to do things by halves. Forgive me, Rex. Don't you worry about me. If this is where I meet my end, I'll do it with a smile on my face. The rest is up to you. This is the girl you spoke of? She was locked in a cell, but I saw no harm in letting her out. I can say for certain, but it seems she's been through quite an ordeal. No. Why, Rex? Why? Yes, once we've extracted the core, we'll take it back to Turncliffe for analysis. Perhaps she should come with us. There's no use in her staying here. Sarah's taking care of Allie, but it may be some time until her nerves have settled. If the vision you witness is indeed true, Alphonse Rex locked her away for her own safety. She is ready. I will know more of what her brother hopes to achieve and why he must resort to such desperate measures. Allie's conditions have improved somewhat, but she remains in a state of shock. We must give her more time to recover. There's one other thing that I thought you should know. We checked her for injuries. We saw that her back is covered in welts and bruises. Who did this to her? It seems she was subjected to beatings on a regular basis, judging by the varied stages of bruising. They say this was the work of her Garlean masters. You speak as though you have seen this before. Seeing I have lived it through myself. I was born in Merla 23 summers past. My mother was a local woman, and my father was a pure-blooded Garlean, and a member of the occupying force. Though I know very little about him, his rank afforded me imperial citizenship. His acknowledgement of our familial ties was the extent of the responsibility he took for bringing me to this world. Still, it is more than can be said for most of his ilk. My mother and I were shunned by the people of Orlet, who treated us as badly as the Garlands did, if not worse. I thought that if I were to become an imperial soldier, my position might somehow deter those who would cast scorn on my mother, if only out of fear. So I joined the army. The acceptance I earned was but temporary, however. My superiors were quick to blame any perceived shortcomings on my savage lineage. Rather than waste time on official court-martials, they administered their own form of corporal punishment. I was eventually assigned to the 12th Legion and fought under Xenos, via Galvus and Almigo. In the chaos that followed the defeat, I seized the opportunity to flee to Orlet. While it was never much of a home, it was all I had, and nothing could prepare me for what awaited. Mother had for many years suffered from poor health and relied on medicine to keep her alive. In my absence, the Garlands had denied her treatment, claiming that it would be wasted on savages. By the time I could return to her side, there was naught I could do. There was nothing left for me in Warlet. I would be punished for desertion if the Emperor discovered the reason for my return. And I was never accepted by the so-called countrymen to begin with. I ran as far as my legs could carry me. It was then that I met Gaius. So that is the truth of it. Other than a few scant details, I knew naught of your past. It sickens me to think I once fought under the same banner as such wild creatures. I always believe it to be the duty of the strong to lead the weak. Yet there are those who become drunk on power, afforded by their station, and prey on the ones they should protect. Like a cranker, this corruption has spread to every part of the Empire. Even those of Garlean blood, such as myself, are subjected to their cruelty. They hold particularly contempt for the aura, an easy target for abuse being so few in number. Perhaps like me, Ali thought she would be spared such treatment once she joined the army. that with time, Allie can put the past behind her and make a new life for herself. For now, all we can do is wait for her delirium to subside. It is Felderlin's turn to keep watch. Let us ask you if there has been any change. I suppose you're here to ask about Allie. See, is she well to speak enough? Is she well enough to speak with us? As her condition has improved somewhat, I would say so, provided you do not cause her any undue distress. Wait here. Sorry, what happened to Rex? It was my fault. Son and Rickon too, they died because of me and my foolish ambitions. Father, no. It's gonna go on, please. You must tell me all you know. Of course. First, I need to know what became of you and your siblings after we parted. So much has happened, it seemed like a lifetime ago. Through your disappearance, we were all assigned to the newly reformed 7th Legion. At first, each legatus was quickly replaced by the next, until eventually a man named Valence Van Faro was given command. He was sent from the capital, but before that, he was a specialist in experimental magitech weaponry. We later discovered that he was ordered by Emperor Varus to complete a project involving Warmachina, the weapons. But after the Emperor's death, he was free to employ whatever methods he saw fit, and his greed for power only grew. Some even say he is planning to use the power of the weapons to lay claim to the throne. But I think there's another reason for his obsession. The weapon project, not that he'd ever tell anyone. He's always muttering to himself, and I've been able to put the pieces together. He's jealous of you. Valence Faro, I must admit, it was only recently that I first heard of that name. Valence used his knowledge of magitech to devise various military strategies. He was given a position in the army and quickly rose through the ranks. That was until one man stood in his way, you. He was one of the candidates to lead the new 14th Legion, but that role fell to you. After that, he was assigned to serve under a far more gifted engineer, Nero, who was in charge of restoring the Ultima weapon. Valens has resented you ever since, going so far as to oppose the ideals you upheld, where you treated those who served the Empire based on merit, rather than on their race or origin. Valens is adamant that pure-blooded Garleans are superior to all others. It never ceases to amaze me how far some will go in the name of revenge. All that hatred festering away, nothing good could ever come from it. So the marks on your body are his handiwork. Yes, to Valens and his men, we are no more than fodder for his experiments, playthings on which they can vent their frustrations. Every day is filled with nothing but pain. If I had remained in Garlemald, you would never have been forced to endure this abuse. It's not your fault. We could have fled from Valens if we'd wanted to. After all, we're expendable and easily replaced. Truth is, that's exactly why we can't run. Saving ourselves, we could be condemning others, but if we were to stay, see the weapon project to do its completion, he would gain the power to defeat Valens, and then the Empire itself, freeing the world from its tyranny. That way we might start afresh, find a place we call home, and not just for us, but for anyone who wishes to live in peace. You would give your lives for a future you may not live to see. Took courage from your teachings, Father. Strong must lead the weak, and we would chain the strength by whatever means necessary. We will fight for the sake of those we could and cannot. We knew that you'd never consent to our participation in the weapon project, which is why we couldn't turn you to help for help. As the pilots were the only ones who were able to stop violence, we knew just how powerful the weapons are. He would use them to bring the world to its knees. His masterpiece is the worst of them all. When I could get my hands on it, then I could save Alphonse and all of Merlet. I know you and Alphonse stand on opposing sides of this conflict, but there must be some way you can help him. He may have called you our enemy before, but he never meant it. You're everything he aspires to be. I have failed him, failed you all. But I refuse to abandon him to his fate. I will free him from violence if it is the last thing I do. Thank you, he needs you more than ever. Listen, Ally, I once sought to strive to rebuild the world as I saw fit, but the ultimate weapon was born not to create, but to destroy. Alphonse must not follow in my footsteps. I know all too well where they lead. I will do all I can to help your brother. Pray, tell me where he is. I'm sorry, I don't know where he could be. In that case, I shall have Alliance dispatch scouts. Wherever he is, we will find him as you. As for you, Ellie, you must stay here and rest. Wait, you're the one who fought Rex Recon Melissendia, aren't you? You're the ones who threatened your homeland. You only did what you had to do. I have no right to ask of this of you, but... Then my father's strength save Alphonse. I know why they call you a hero. I'll do what I must to free you, even if it means going against father's wishes, but I have a good feeling about his new friend. Is she gonna sacrifice herself to save Alphonse? Oh boy. See that she has everything she needs. Our allies must be informed of these troubling events. May I ask you to relay this information to the troops in Garabania? Your loving father act may fool others, Gaius, but on me. For every life you've saved, you've ended 1,000 more. Or is this your idea of redemption? Call it what you will. For all my transgression, I believe I still have a part to play. Was I wrong to spare you that day, or will you honor your word? It seems the time has come for the Black Wolf to show his true colors. I recently received word of your victory over an emerald weapon. I expect it was another fine display on your part. Not any of us were there to see it, though. We'd be grateful if you could give us a blow-by-blow account, if you wouldn't mind. Grief, it sounds like you had an awful lot to contend with, rather you than me. If I may say so, it looks like your ordeals have taken their toll. We'll let you know if there's anything that requires your attention. Have some rest. Meanwhile, the 7th Legion Correction Chamber. Troop and streep at full displays of inadaptitude. To make matters worse, one of my prime candidates, your precious sister, no less, has escaped. Who should she go crawling to but that swine Gaius? After everything I've done for her, this is how she repays me. It's your brother, it's your responsibility to instill some discipline. Then you failed miserably. Well, don't just stand there, boy. Oh, of course, it's your first time, isn't it? Come along, there's no need to be shy. Something wicked has been told this young man. It's our job to cleanse his troubled spirit. It may look painful, but it's the only way, I assure you. He'll be ever so grateful, and you want him to get better, don't you? There's a good boy. Now let's try again, shall we? Burn out the bad, burn out the bad. 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 Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. Bravo, bravo. Well done. You've made Father proud, very proud. As for you, I thought you were cut above the rest of the savages, but it appears I was mistaken, and since you allowed that wretched yours to escape, it falls to you to act as her replacement. I choose you as the next pilot, and your mission is simple: kill Gaius, whatever it takes. And if you so much as entertain the idea of betraying me again, I'll exterminate every last one of your kind. Like the vermin they are. Having said that, we will be forcibly initiating Oversoul using Xeno's command data. So whatever schemes you may be hatching will never come to pass. All you need to do is sit back and let this synthetic aurosite system do the work, with you as its conduit. You should thank me for allowing you to become part of my masterpiece. Your worthless existence will finally have some semblance of meaning. Dang. Can we just fight Valens already? Valens already? Everyone's preparation for the Oversoul trial are complete. We await your orders. Splendid. There's never a dull moment around here. Now then, who'd like to see something special? Come on, everyone has a secret to share with you. Yeah, this Valens guy, man. Can we just... He's such a fucking weirdo. It's my chance. It's all thanks to sacrifice made by my dear sibling. Finally, the weapon will be mine to command. Surgery's perfection will be unstoppable. First Valens, then the Empire itself. And we will be free at last. Keep Ali safe. Conrex will see this truth at the end, I promise. Until then, watch over me. So, is it ready or not? Trial sequence has been primed, sir. Then get on with it. Initiating synthetic power sight system. Loading diamond weapon. What's going on? Bring us with a little research is all. Whatever your name is, the time has come for you to contribute the glory of Garlandwald. When we agreed, you said that if I took part in the experiment, you'll let my family go. You know, Xeno's data load DS. Activate Oversoul and be quick about it. Understood, little Valens. Galvus combat sample ready. Initiating organic core override. Where is my prey? Organic core right, please. Xenos get Galvus data loaded. Strategic is instinctively bound to seek out prey right from the outset, regardless of combat prowess it may boast. You know, will be in servant, not a ravenous beast. Enough, shut it down. Deactivating the synthetic oversight system. Oh, revolting. What a mess I made of the cockpit. Adjust the settings and prepare for another run. Fortunately, we have the next test subject ready and waiting. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Sir, you agreed to lease his family in exchange for his cooperation. That's a funny joke, isn't it? Oh my, I never knew you had such a wonderful sense of humor. The great Valence Varro bargaining with savages? Huh, more fool him for trusting me in the first place. Valence is kinda crazy. Don't trust Valen. Can we just take this guy out already? In memory, the resistance troops wish to help their newfound allies in Turncliffe. I was hoping I might have a word with you. Since Turncliffe was liberated, we've been sending troops to aid in getting the town back. Helping residents, that sort of thing. You know how hard life can be. A whole lot what most people would take for granted has to be rebuilt from the ground up. While we're able to assist when it comes to providing basic resource, keeping the place safe, there are countless other problems that need attending to. If you can spare the time, we could use your help. Sure, I can help. I can help. A word of the usual escort, yep. In memory. Where's the escort? So the boss roped you into helping, did he? I knew you couldn't say no. Charles to Turncliffe, yes. You're the one who piloted the Warmachina and defeated Sire Weapon, aren't you? So, I've heard about you, but I doubt you know who I am. My name is Avilia, I grew up here. I tried the occupation and was put to work as a Magitech engineer. Thanks to you and yours, we were now rid of the Imperials, though I fear many of us will struggle to put that past behind us. For 10 long years we suffered at their hands. A whole generation of young people were forced in the army and sent off to die in some distant land. I suppose I could be considered one of the lucky few. Though my efforts were in vain, I can at least honor their memory. I want to leave something behind for their sake, to prove that they haven't been forgotten. A monument bearing their names. To ensure that not a single person is omitted, I need to see the official list of conscripts, if one still exists. It will be inside the Imperial facility beneath the town, but with the resistance troops and ironworks engineer closing the place off, I can't get near it. Yeah, sure, I can go ask. I can go ask the resistance, that's fine. Something I can help you with? See, it's a bit unusual for one of the locals to show an interest in the Imperial Z at the leavings. It seems she has her reasons. Since we're still carrying out our investigation, we've closed the place off to prevent anyone interfering. Considering it's you who's asking, though, I can hardly say no. Still better to go with her in case the others kick up a fuss. You're very kind. I'm sorry for any trouble I've caused. You have my thanks. Think nothing of it. I was glad to help. As I expected, the Imperials kept detailed records of the local conscripts. One name in particular stood out to me. My friend, Melisandre. I had no idea she'd been assigned to the 7th Legion of all places. How do you know her? It began a while ago, while we were serving together in the 14th Legion. Much in common, both being drafted from some occupied territory. We soon became friends, and one day I was sent to fight in the Orza while I remained here. The day before she left, she came to say goodbye, together with her foster siblings from the orphanage. The youngest one, Recon, partially upset about not allowed to speak with their adoptive father, Gaius Balsar, before they departed. It was actually another of his orphans, Livia Junius, who forbid them from seeing him. I can't say for certain, but it seemed that Livia had a strong attachment to Gaius. Oh yeah, Livia! Didn't we fight Livia in the Praetorium? No, it's not in the Praetorium. Wait. Who was Livia again? Oh yeah, Livia, that was from Castrum Meridium. Yeah, in ARR. As far as I could tell, he tried his best to keep Livia at arm's length, whenever possible. Her devotion to him was bordering on obsession. She became extremely jealous at the slightest sign of affection between him and his other wards. Others, however, treated them far more kindly. In fact, a Praefort Factus Castronum of the 14th Legion came specifically to meet them. While I was surprised that Rogadin had risen to such a rank, I was even more taken back by the unguarded manner in which he spoke of his subordinates. I had hoped that with people like him serving when he was in front, they would be in safe hands. Rogadin, it sounds familiar. The time came for Melisandre to leave. We shared a few final words and then she was gone. The last time I ever saw her. After that, I was assigned to the Tribunus Clavius of the 14th, near Talis Cavia, and I worked on restoring the Ultimate weapon. There was even a Praetorium when the day was destroyed, but I escaped aboard an Imperial ship moments before it came crashing down. I eventually made my way back to Orlet, only to be drafted in the 7th Legion. Continue working on the weapon project. Every now it makes me sick to my stomach to think I'd help bring those abominations into the world. Using a living pilot to feed the weapons core was part of the design from the very beginning. Of course they never dream of subjecting a true-born Garlean. Not when the 7th Legion has a ready supply of provincial conscripts for the taking. Pilots were referred to only by their code names. We engineers were not made privy to their identities, even with this list of conscripts. Still, I don't know who was sacrificed in the name of the project. Let's bring an end to the weapon project. But what can I do? For years I've known his help to build tools of destruction. The 7th Legion is far from finished. They're biding their time, waiting until the right moment to unleash the final weapon. And when they do, it will bring naught but death and woe to all who stand in their way. Even after everything they've taken from us, they still want more. If it weren't for the Empire, Milsandra would still be here. Yeah. There's a way I can make a difference, I know there is. First, I need to speak with the members of the Ironworks. I have a feeling that Warmachina used to beat the Sapphire weapon will be called into action again. So then there's still time to make improvements, and I intend to help. I'll still keep going ahead with a plan to build a monument, and stopping the Empire must come first. There you go, allow me to express my gratitude. I don't know what I would have done if it were for you until we meet again. My time was good. But now she has a chance to make a fresh start. Same can be said of the whole of Turncliffe. Seeing celebration of the one small town will become a pivotal moment in Warlet's history. Perhaps it won't be too long before the rest of the region is free. Actually, it would be honored to fight alongside the people of Warlet. We won't rest until the Imperials are sent fleeing. Until that day arrives, we'll carry on doing our bit to support you. Alright, complete. In memory. 2D in the sky with diamond. Oh, we get a music piece here. Nice. Come the right time. There have been some developments in Warlet we'd like to share with you. And as luck would have it, here comes the ideal person to explain the situation. Thanks, I'll take it from here. I'm glad to see you looking well. It's been a long time, Naga. Yes, it certainly has. I haven't seen you around Mulgar's Reach much lately, and one would think you're trying to avoid me. But as much as I'd love to stand around chatting, I'm afraid I've got some serious business. Following the liberation of Turncliffe, it seems the people of Warlet also have their hearts set on freeing themselves from the grip of the Empire. Like-minded citizens have rallied under a banner of Warlet's revolutionaries, and they aim to depose the 7th Legion that currently occupies the city. Their ranks include many of former conscripts, and between them, they possess no small amount of combat experience. The only thing they lack is someone to lead them. After much consideration, they decide to turn to none other than Gaius Bassar. Of course, many would balk at the thought of turning to a foreign enemy. Many did, but desperate times call for desperate measures. His reputation as Legate speaks for himself. And as most Alamegans will attest, he was a far more reasonable and pragmatic leader than his predecessor, the Mad King, or his successor, Xenos, for that matter. But most importantly, he was the one who led the invasion of Warlet in the first place. So who better than him to take it back? After accepting their offer, he requested the delivery of additional arms and provisions from Alamegan resistance. Not that we have much to spare at present, but we'll do what we can while my comrades see to the preparations. I was wondering, could you accompany me to Turncliffe? Thanks. To be perfectly honest, coming face to face with the Black Wolf is a rather daunting prospect, even if he was supposedly turning over a new leaf. I'm sure leaving you there will make a world of a difference. I believe you're acquainted with our escort. Let him know when you're ready. trip yet. Let's go. Oh, there's Gaius. Gaius Belsar, I presume. Come bearing Alamegan, Resistance official will reply to your request to aid. I see, you have my tanks. Does this mean we can finally make our move? With the assistance of the Alamegans, we will soon have sufficient arms at our disposal to stand a chance at victory. Lest we forget, the 7th Legion has been conserving its strength thus far, and we must be prepared for severe casualties should its full might be brought to bear. If your lives must be priced for freedom, we will pay it willingly. Let me be clear, we Alamegans have not forgotten it was you who led the invasion of our homeland. The blood of our fallen loved ones is on your hands. Even so, the people of Orla chose you to lead the revolution, and we will honor their decision. I only hope they will not come to regret it. As do I. Should I be found unworthy of their trust, I shall submit to their judgment and whatever that may entail. Forgive me, but might we return to the task at hand? First, I would like to discuss the transportation of supplies from Alamigo. This way, if you please. Again, prepared to lead an army into Orlet. The irony is not lost on me. This cruel twist of fate that these people, so desperate for years of oppression, should turn their conqueror for salvation. For most of my life, I believed the only empire possessed the strength and wisdom to lead mankind. That only through great sacrifice could civilization hope to thrive. So I led the conquest of Yorza, forcing the doctrine of Garlemon upon the ignorant in every territory. I sought out those with potential for greatness, without regard for one's birth or circumstance. They may serve the Empire. There are those, such as Valens, who seek their born guardian in true in itself, one above all others. I think that such a monster such as him should be granted the possession of Legatus. And everything it entails, it makes my blood boil. Violence brings shame upon our homeland. It makes mock of their ideals, what stood for. On my hand he shall pay for his foul crimes. We're running out of time, guys. We have to go after her. There's something I want to show you, but not here. Come with me. Just keep this to yourself. I don't want the soldiers to think I'm being distracted by personal matters. This letter was found in her room. Sorry for leaving without saying goodbye. The thought of Alpha's suffering alone is more than I can bear. For the Freedom Orlet, I have decided to take matters into my own hands. Save them from waiting again at all. I have to seize this chance before it is too late. My mind is set. Please do not stop me. It's meant to get over the happiest of my life, and no matter what happens, nothing can take that away. He's headed for the 7th Legion stronghold in the world, I am certain of it. Take matters into her own hands. She must be planning to take control of one of the weapons. If so, there's no time to waste. We have to mobilize our forces and save Ali and Alphonse. I want nothing more than to save them, but I came ask Warlock Revolution to risk their lives to rescue 2 Imperial soldiers. In case if we were to rush into battle without adequate preparation, the 7th Legion would tear our partisan army to shreds. As capable as a warrior, if she were to charge headlong to the heart of the enemy, she would be overwhelmed by sheer numbers. If we don't do something, Ali and Alphonse are as good as dead. I know, Severa, and so did Ali when she wrote the letter. Returning alive was never a part of her plan. Can you hear me? I'm in Warlit, just outside Cactuar. All hell has broken loose. There's an enormous explosion, and through the smoke and flames I saw what appeared to be another weapon that destroyed the entire... Confound it, we have lost a signal. This must be what Ali spoke of in her letter to Wager and Little. These leaders were planning this from the beginning. Bring a weapon from Czech Legion and use it to free Warlit from the Empire, even at the cost of their lives. If the Revolution were to hear that, the weapon is being unleashed upon the Imperial headquarters. They'll see it as a perfect opportunity to strike. Throwing a mock, it may not distinguish between allies and the Imperial, which force control too much attention. Between us, we'll find a way to save them. This is my word of bear. I shall bear it alone. Rest assured I have every intention of making it our life. I'm on a record for surviving dangerous missions and impeccable so far. Very well. For the time being, we'll have a revolution stand by and wait, missing an opportunity to reclaim Warlit when it presents itself. So I've set ready the G-Warrior. Understood. Once your revolution complete, let us reconvene outside the hangar. I didn't think you weren't coming back. I'm impatient. I may have vented my frustration on that part of yours. I do hope you'll forgive me. Valens, you mentioned before that previous weapons were merely prototypes used to gather combat data within their cores. It's very good to see you were paying attention after all. Use of Emerald, the primals they absorb, and the data they accumulate will serve as a single purpose. The completion of my past will be the diamond weapon. While you and your siblings are able to retrieve the necessary data from the ruby weapon before Gaius and his lackeys arrived, Fire Emerald were handed to the enemy on a silver platter. Those worthless curs failed to meet even their exceedingly low expectations. As detailed in the report, I took it upon myself to infiltrate this callous band of rebels and reclaim the data. Yes, you have done well. The engineers have already finished feeding it to the diamond weapon. All that remains is for me to assume my role as its pilot, and for you to release my brother and the rest of our contributions as per agreement. Of course, a handful of savages is a small price to pay for our remarkable talent. Even the weapon project's revolutionary technology allows even an untrained pilot to fight with the skills of a veteran soldier. Only a truly gifted can draw the full potential of this synthetic parasite. In addition to their physical attribution and combat prowess, I require unwavering loyalty before I can even consider entrusting a candidate with one of my creations, and you are everything I desire. I am honored that you regard me so highly, Lord Valens. However, in return for my continued cooperation, I wish to propose an extra condition to our agreement. I request that the people of Worley be given full imperial citizenship and the right to self-govern. My, how very bold of you. I'm quite interested at that. Yes, I could grant the people of Worley citizenship, if I so desired. Unfortunately, a mere legate such as myself is in no position to simply relinquish control of imperial territory on a whim. Come now, we both know that the weapons are built but a means to an end. Your true intent is to march on the capital and claim it for yourself, correct? Once you have taken the throne, one small territory would seem a fair reward for those who played a vital role in the ascension of Emperor Valens. Ha 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 he 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 he. I say, for someone so sweet and innocent, you certainly drive a hard bargain. Very well. If it's world that you want, it's yours. I'll soon have no need for this stinking backwater province anyway. And what about my brother? Oh yes, Alwick or Alfred, whatever his name, don't worry. I made a special arrangement for him. Will you perfectly safe provided you uphold your side of your agreement? Excellent. Now let's get you on board the diamond weapon, shall we? One step closer to my coronation. She went to help Valens to save her brother, right? Alright. Shading synthetic parasite system. All sensors activated, so good. Diamond weapon codename Xenos. Commencing activation sequence. Behold perfection self. Nice that your counteracts give their lives. That the others may live without fear. Parasite's taking hold. Just glad you didn't have to go through this, Alphonse. You don't have to go on without me. And father, we still must work together. Sorry, I can't be there at your side. This is the only way. What's up, my dear? Is something the matter? Down his mind, you tyranny ends here, Valens. think your low performance hadn't fooled you or sorely mistaken. Wonderful, shut down. This one, transmitting deactivation signal. It's not responding. What? You're screwed, Allie. Holy crap. That insolent whelp had me worried for a moment. Bring her to eat me alive, even if it means damaging the machine. When I am true of her, she will beg for death. Can't I live this? Melissa and Rick on Rex got my hand. Wherever you are, lend me your strength. Initiating overmind, subject. Bzz. Overmind? What the fuck is overmind? Overmind, what is that? Maybe it's ignoring the signal, so initiating overmind, but how? I don't care how. Stop that thing before it brings down the whole Castro. Ready to depart, I'll send to them for Master Garland. We all expected their weapon to appear sooner or later, but not quite like this. According to Valdemar, after I had finished laying waste to the headquarters of the Silent Legion, it took to the sky. Still, the massive bloating pro forces, I'm certain Allie is on board with the weapon. It must be halted before she comes to harm. For that I need G-Warrior and airships to transport it. See, the one thing hasn't changed since your days at Black Wolf, your penchant for gigantic Warmachina. But if it means G-Warrior has no chance to shine, I'd be happy to oblige. Only this time, rather than having it on Serosy towed by airships, I have a more dynamic entrance in mind. It's good to see you again. From what I hear, we have you to thank for Avila volunteering to help Ironworks. Since she joined the team, our work has come in leaps and bounds. I'm just grateful for the opportunity to finally put my knowledge and skills to good use. And as far as I can tell, your target is the diamond weapon, the most powerful of them all. What's worse, its design has been across all of the combat data abilities of other weapons, making it far more formidable than those you encountered before. Thankfully, we've had time to prepare for such an occasion. Would you care to elaborate? Okay. Thanks to Avala's tireless occasion, the G-Warrior has been reborn. There'll be time to explain more on the way. Come to the Emperor's surprise is waiting. purposes, but maintenance what the purpose serves. Its objective is to rescue a pilot who had an means of capturing the diamond weapon. Come to save lives, not to end them. For that reason, G ordered University GC here. We're going to find the bonus on that big giant platform. So yeah, Citizen's engineers have provided precisely what we required before we even knew it ourselves. Due to the added complicity of the Gaia's pilot, we was various armies. Agreed. They were originated for us to grow custom to our owners, so we succeed at all costs. This thing is pretty big. This is sick. This is gonna be a raid or a movie. It's gonna be a movie. Control like a cloud deck. Okay, now there's mechanics. Okay. He just jump down. He has the jump border.
Yes, we got red nature.
Oh, what? The portal did not work. What? Back in business. Let's heal up. I'll survive this. Kind of. came back from that. Oh, what the fuck? Clutch at the end, but we got it. Please, we were able to resurrect everybody. Must reach a diamond weapon before the Imperials. All the years since the invasion, this place has hardly changed. I was expecting to find some sign of the 7th Legion here. It appeared the diamond weapon has already taken them out of the equation. I pray we are not too late. Please take her back to Turncliffe. I have some finished business to attend to. You have a score to settle. Now is your chance. Show yourself. Oh, there's Valens. Come to blow, have you, guys? It's not over yet. You certainly have an instinct of self-preservation. I would think nothing less from the coward who sacrificed his own soldiers to further his ambition. How dare you speak of me of ambitions? You're the one who stood in the way at every turn. If not for your meddling, the Empire here would have been mine. Mine. Enough of your delusion of grandeur. Where is Alphonse? Why, he's right in front of you. What? Once you hear the answer, you'll kick yourself for not realizing it sooner. You see, in all the previous models, the combat data was either incomplete or unstable in some way, making your performance in battle wildly unpredictable. Then an idea struck me. Rather than using data gathered in battle, I should use something a little more realistic. Turns out that beloved body of yours, that beloved boy of yours, was quite brilliant. When he put his mind to it. By what ingenuity he has been reborn as the core of the great machine ever devised. None but the great Lord Valens Van Viro could conceive such a marvel. To think that Allie came here to steal the diamond weapon to save her brother, only to find he'd already become a part of it. Perhaps it wasn't the reunion she did envision. I'm sure she was grateful nonetheless. Oh, that might also explain why Overmind activated by itself. It was clearly an attempt to protect his sister. Fascinating anomaly, but I can't stand with disobedience. That such atrocity should continue unabated is proof of the rot that has spread throughout the Empire. Crimes are an affront not only to Grelmon, but to all mankind, and now you will die. Guys, I've seen your data. I knew your every move. Such a wishful swordsmanship is a relic of the past, just like you. He's dead. Terminus est. Press the red bars. But this wasn't my data. Dude, who cares about data? Please tell me Alphonse is activating the synthetic oversight system. Oh god. Is Alphonse alive, or is he just a big giant robot? What is happening? This can't be. How is it still functional? Removing memory inhibitors. What do you... Stop this at one, please let me go. Albert, no, Alpha, whatever was your name. Even the names of those sacrificing your twisted parents are beneath your notice. You are beyond redemption. Who are you to judge me, Gaius? Do you remember the names of tens of thousands of men, women, and children killed for the sake of your conquest? I do not deny the blood spilled at my behest, nor will I run from my past. That is why I fight, to prevent the wrongs I committed from being repeated. No, I beg you. You can't do this to me. I'm Valens Van Faro, better than Gaius, but it can't end this way. This is a pretty good ending. Alphonse. Alphonse, my son, I have failed you. But this is not the end. I will see your dream fulfilled, this I swear. I ask only that you will listen to every con and Rax watch over me. Father, the memories stored in Diamond Weapon, give them to Ali. Watch over her in my stead, Father. I cannot go on like this, please. I understand. Thank you. I'm proud to call myself your son. see. We will remain here until further notice. That was Gaius, Valens, and Varo, and the weapon project are no more. Seizing the opportunity, the revolutionaries have taken control of the city, but we still suffer considerable losses. We have at last gained their freedom. And even with the Empire gone, for people like me, life under Imperial rule is all we've ever known. Might never be able to heal the scars left by the decades of oppression. While there's hope for those who have survived this ordeal, nothing can bring back the dead. Lost. Yeah, nothing can bring back the dead. In the years since, I have struggled to find a purpose, a reason to keep on living. It is the same as for Gaius. No matter how hard he tries to make amends, the children he lost are gone forever. Questo completo. Forever at your side. G-Warrior MG. Recent events in Warlet have had a profound impact on the lives of many people. But none more so than Allie. She's been in a state of shock ever since she returned. We even called in Sid to see if he can ascertain what the problem might be. See, there's a strong possibility that the diamond weapon itself is what's caused Allie to close herself off like this. And for the time being, all we can do is wait. There was one other thing. Avilda came by looking for you earlier, so perhaps you could go and see her? Thank you for coming to meet me. I'm glad to see you're none the worse for your experience. Actually, I've been meaning to show you this. Thanks to Alamegan Resistance, the monument to the Fallen is complete. Though they may be no longer with us, we'll never forget them. This way they'll always be part of Turncliffe, and future generations will be reminded of the sacrifices that were made. You were always so kind to me, and now it's my turn to do the same for others. I hope all is well with FFXIV. Actually, while you were speaking with her, I received word that Gaius will be here soon. I wish to see Ali. Would you send for her? Really? Does she even recognize me? At first we thought the weapon's influence had caused us, but it seemed there was more to it than that. Sergeants say that this is most like the result of intense trauma. Her mind has been scarred, perhaps irrevocably. She boarded the main weapon with the intention of saving her brother. Little did she know that Valens had used the synthetic oversight system to transform Alphonse into a living component of the machine. Then when she boarded the diamond weapon, she finally learned the horrible truth. I've never heard of anything so cruel. Just a moment. In each of the previous cases, pilots became fused with weapons core, so how was Ali able to escape with a similar fate? That's one of the many things we're still looking into. There is no need, I already know the answer. It was Alphonse who kept her safe. In the end, I was unable to save your brother, my son. All they wanted was a place to call home, where they could live in peace, but after all the pain and hardship they endured, this is their reward? No, this is not the end of their story. I taught them the strong must lead the weak, but absolute power corrupts. Absolutely, and those who have suffered at the hands of corrupt are beyond counting. Alphonse dream of a land without oppressors and oppressed, where all may live as equals, thanks to his sacrifice and that of his siblings. The cornerstones of such a nation have been laid. Lucinda, Recon Rex, Alphonse Malley, they risked everything to win the freedom of Orlet. And now it has come to pass. I will see their ideals are upheld as they swear, as their father. The long and arduous process of rebuilding Orlet has begun. In the days to follow, I shall be working alongside the new government to create a place that people like Ali and Severa would be proud to call home. For so long, all that kept me alive was hate, but the time has come to cast it aside. I'm going with you. I'll only regret it if I don't. While nothing I can do, bring back the ones I've lost, I owe it to them to make the most of the life I've been given. Don't change, people change. It is just as well. We Aventers would soon find ourselves out of work if everything stayed the same. If you've a need for my creation, just say the word. You know, Gaius, I could fill a book with all the things we've been meaning to say to you over the years. But what would be the point? What's done is done. There's one thing, though. If anyone can get true to Ali, it's you. She looks up to you the same way I did as a boy. Don't give up. For all my life, I've been searching for a place in the world. Everywhere I went, I was always on the outside looking in. But I've realized if we can't find one, we just have to make it ourselves. That's what I learned from Gaius' children. Despite everything, they never gave up, and neither will I. For now, at least, my place is at Gaius' side. I'll follow him and see where this journey leads. And before I leave, I want to tell you how grateful I am that you chose to stand by us until the end. I hope we'll meet again one day. Balduin. All this time, I've been trying to convince myself that Gaius was every bit the villain I'd imagined. The ruthless subjugator of nations, evil made flesh. While many who fight under the banner of Garlemald are all that, and worse, I realize now that Gaius was driven by his own notions of right and wrong, misguided as they were. Since then, he has turned his back on the Empire and its hateful doctrine. His guilt and anguish only strengthen his resolve. The day I spared his life, he was given a second chance to set right the wrongs he had committed, to become the man his children believe him to be. I was a father once, a husband in many ways. I still am. And there's no longer with me. I want to be someone they would be proud of. I too have been given a chance to make a difference in a land far from home. I'll never forget my past, but neither will I be beholden to it. When I meet the people of Orlet, be sure to tell the tale of your bravery, and grant them the strength to face the struggles ahead. Go in peace, friend. Though we were brought together under strange circumstances, Odal and Sabra and I will continue to work together. At least for the foreseeable future. Well, here they are. And who might these charming young men be? They were found in the 7th Legion's headquarters, in one of the few areas unscathed following the Diamond Weapons rampage. Perhaps that was Alphonse's intention. Do not be afraid, we mean you no harm. That thing on your forehead. My name is Gaius Belsar, and like Valence van Barrow, I was once a legatus of the Garlean Empire. But I believe I was fighting for a just cause. My conquest came at a terrible cost. Pray forgive me, I do not mean to scare you. If you would lend me your ears, I have a story to tell. A group of courageous young men and women, not so different from yourselves, stood up to protect their people from the tyranny of the Empire. Fought with everything they had, and finally victory was theirs, but it came at a terrible price. As their father, I struggle to come in terms with their sacrifice. Yet they have entrusted the future to me, and I will stop at nothing to see their dream fulfilled. Even so, there is only so much one old soldier can achieve by himself. I would be honored to have your support in the days to come. He's not as scary as he looks. If he steps out of line, he'll have to answer to me. Though they were fortunate enough to escape destruction of the castrum, they have been injured while fleeing. Have the charge and look at them over and find a place for them to stay. It seems the time has come for us to go our separate ways once more. I myself can scarcely believe that we were once bitter adversaries, but my encounters with you have led me to question the very ideals I swore to uphold. What is strength? What is weakness? If those who grasp the reins of power are said to be strong, then those who lack such power must therefore be weak. For better or worse, however, we're far more complex creatures than that. You see now, that true strength is not granted by others, but resides within us. Strength of character, of spirit, of resolve. Therein lies the power to cast off the shackles of oppression, to overcome any adversity, to stand firm in the face of impossible odds. That is the strength you possess. May it never leave you. It seems I will have to summon all the resolve I can muster if I am to keep my promise to Alphonse. The process of establishing the independent governance of Violet is underway. I'll do all my power to see it become everything my children dreamed of it and more. For the immediate future, we shall continue to work closely with Alamegan Resistance, whose role in the revolution cannot be understand. That reminds me, if you are passing by Porta Pretoria, the soldiers stationed there wish to hear your version of events. Please give them my regards. I hope that when our paths cross again, I will have glad tidings to share with you. Until next we meet. Come back. Congratulations on another hard-earned victory. Ever since we first heard news, I've been dying to hear exactly how it all unfolded, so what can you tell me of the diamond weapon? Crazy stuff happened. Lots of giant Gundams. Yeah. Why, Roundcar's bird, even for the Empire, that must be a new low. Those poor orphans. I can only pray that the citizens of Warlet are able to enjoy the freedom that Gaia's wards gave their lives for. At the very least, we need no longer live in fear of the monstrous creations birthed by the weapon project. I shall add your account to our official report. Finally, on behalf of the Alamegan Resistance and the whole of Riorza for that matter, allow me to express my heartfelt gratitude. What is it? Oh yeah, this is for the housing, right? Yeah. Ordinary weapon. Give them to Ali. What? There's ghosts all over the city. Ooh, I'm a ghost. Jackson's from what's in the synthetic ore site. These are his memories, their memories. I don't want to live in a world without you. That's why I'm going with you. No, not yet, Ellie. Now it's not your time. Father still needs you. Please take care of him in our place. And if you're worried about Alphonse, don't be. He's got us for company. I want you to see this new world for yourself. I'll be forever at your side, Ellie. I'm the only one left. But I'll never be alone. Father? Right, well, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we're gonna continue the main story quest, and hopefully everything goes well. Let's just hope everything goes well. But knowing this game, it's probably not gonna go well. Holy crap.